Hey teammates, welcome back to Teaching with Tania. I am Tania, of course, and here on my channel I create lifestyle, faith, and teaching videos. All the above, basically everything has to do with being a teacher. And I just finished my beginning of the school videos, so if you haven't checked those out, be sure to do that. Go ahead and pause the video and catch up on those videos, because now that we are up to date, I'm going to try to post like 2 videos to catch you guys up into current time. That we have finished the first few weeks of school. We're now in the 5th, 6th week of school, which is absolutely crazy. Time is flying, and then we'll be done with the first quarter before we know it. I did want to go ahead and share 5 things I'm doing differently now that I am a third grade teacher and a lead at that, okay? Which has been such a great opportunity to be able to lead others into doing excellent work for our children. So the first thing that I have changed is I now do weekly lesson plans instead of daily lesson plans, because it can be very tedious, to say the least. Lesson planning can be a lot. Since I know the curriculum now and know what students should know and be able to do, lesson planning has become a lot easier now that I know what students should know and be able to do, because now that I have my scope and sequence, I used to do daily lesson plans, but now I do weekly lesson plans, and it just makes it easier on my part. And on top of that, admin and anybody that walks in my room knows what I'm doing. I do not agree that we should have all these standards and all these things on our board just for students to be able to learn. But if they want that standard, objective, all that stuff on the board, as a teacher, you should know in your head, but I don't think it's necessary. Like, I hate writing on my board every day. Well, hate's a strong word. I strongly dislike writing on my board every day, especially simple stuff like that. Okay, moving right along to number 2, the second thing that I'm doing is being more real with students and families. My first 2 years I didn't like sugarcoat where they were at, but like I put in a nice package for them. This year, I'm not quite being so nice about it, because of course I keep it professional, but if your baby's in the 3rd grade not reading on grade level, there is a problem. And I understand, yes, we have things going on, but at what point do we stop making excuses? At what point do we say, your life depends on it, I'm gonna make sure you know how to read. Your life depends on it, I need you to be literate. And it's very scary that a lot of students are not on grade level, especially in the city that I'm in. Like, we choose to serve these communities, and we just need to be more real, I feel like, about why your student isn't on grade level, ways to get your student on grade level. And I understand what happened in the past. We can't go back in time, but what can we do moving forward? At home, you can hold yourself as a parent accountable, and at school, I call myself accountable as a teacher to make sure your baby gets to where they need to be. And so I think more teachers and more educators should be having these conversations, because I do believe that we are in an educational crisis, because not many students are performing on grade level. Like, I know performing on grade level is not the end all be all of a student's academic career, but it is a very telling sign of what they are able to do, especially at the developmental age that they are at. The third thing I'm doing is more catered to behavior management this year. I am now implementing stickers instead of chips. Last year, the first 2 years I did chips, and they would get lost, students would steal them. It was just a hot mess. And so this year I am now still same format. The goal is to have 5 stickers by the end of the week. I tried to make it more positive reinforcement instead of negative reinforcement. If you come to school and come into my class, you automatically get your sticker for that day, and it's up to you, the student, to keep the sticker, make the choices, do what you're supposed to do. And I don't like rewarding bad behavior, but if you don't do any work, you don't follow directions, and you're not keeping our environment safe, clean, and productive, then you're not gonna get your sticker. And so this past Friday, I did have a lot of friends cry, real tears, because they didn't do any work all week and they were not being respectful to the school, me, and the community. You're not going to get a treat. So usually I like to bring in, once you have 5, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you can either get donuts, some of them, I need to start bringing in some carrots and salad, donuts, candy, and then some of them like Takis. So really whatever motivates them, because right now we don't have that intrinsic motivation, yeah, as 3rd graders, but I'm trying to build that up for them and let them know, like, hey, you're not gonna get rewarded for, don't sneeze. I just stopped myself from sneezing. That's crazy. But I'm trying to not reward them for every little thing, because in life we don't get rewarded for every little thing that we do. Instead, it's more like, hey, you do what you're supposed to do, oh, you may get rewarded, you know? But I also understand that we are in third grade, we're only 8 and 9 years old, but we're trying to learn how to follow directions and control our body, our voice, our movement, all the things. And so I want the students that come and do what they're supposed to do to feel like, hey, I'm getting somewhere in school, or somebody is recognizing me, especially when they get their sticker at the end of the class period. It is super fun to see them go put their stickers on the walls. Make sure you guys watch my classroom setup video, because it's on like one of my cabinets where students can see where everybody is. And it's kind of embarrassing that, hey, little so-and-so only has 1 sticker. I wonder why. And I can give you a sticker for the smallest things, even extra stickers for like turning in your homework and things like that, but the goal is to at least have 5. If you have 5, you do get to participate in the treat for that week. And it also could be like Fun Friday, you get to get on YouTube for 20 minutes or go outside for 20 minutes. I know different things motivate students differently, so just making sure that I'm changing to meet my students' needs and to make sure the most learning is being done ultimately. The 4th thing I'm doing this year is repeating directions. I used to pride myself on, I'm not repeating it. I'm not repeating directions. I already told you, put your pencil down, hand in your lap, follow directions, right? But then I realized that some students may not have heard me. Some students just may not comprehend, especially because I know I am a fast talker. I'm trying to slow myself down and articulate all my words. So I, as a teacher, have to make an executive decision that I'm gonna repeat it. I'm gonna repeat it just for you so you can follow my directions. If I say, like, put your journals away, get your notebook and your binder, then I expect you to put your journal away, get your notebook and your binder. I'm gonna do this, and before I do this, make sure you get, I repeat it to them, and then I have them repeat it to me. And I like to say, like, what are we doing? 3-step directions, and then have them repeat the 3-step directions. And then after the 3-step directions, I'm just gonna say, get your journal, get your notebook, or whatever I ask for, but not before I say go. So it makes them like have to listen, be patient, and follow those directions. And then I'm gonna count to 10. How are we gonna do this? I'm gonna count to 10. So when we transition from Wisdom to Foundation, I like to say, put your journals away, get your binder and pencil, go have a seat. Don't move before I say go. And then I'm trying to think of a worse scenario. Oh, and then a student will just be sitting there after I count to 10, 9, 8, 7, like counting down from 10. Once I get to 10, you should have your materials and I'm ready to start my lesson. I have some friends that like to sit there or do nothing or play around and sharpen the pencil, get hand sanitizer 5 times. I try to keep it real on this channel. Like, that's the realities of teaching. And it's like, oh, what did I ask you to do? Not quite. You're not following directions. Let's try again. And repeat it again and again, because it's just a skill that I do think all students need to learn. Although directions may not be coming from me all the time, their parents or whatever, creating structure and routines for students is very, very important. Okay, the 5th thing that I'm doing this year is incorporating writing every single day. Now, I know I did not do this my first year or 2, and it was just like more like writing every week, but I realized I've been reading the Writing Revolution 2.0. Such a good book. And it just talks about like basically implementing those skills and strategies every day. Writing is a skill that reading, writing, comprehension, vocabulary, like according to the is it Scarlett's Rope or the Reading Rope, all these skills need to be taught and used and practiced at once. And I feel like sometimes as teachers we like to isolate skills, but no, it's all should be embedded in what they're learning. Whether it's learning how to write a sentence or forming ideas for themselves, going back into the book to find test-dependent questions, to then find evidence to write their paragraph or whatever. It's a skill that they need to be doing every day. So I do have a morning work at the beginning of my board every day, like a question. That question can be done with something going over in the book, or it could be like a fun question, like what are you proud of, or what do you like most about your family? How are you feeling today? What did you do over the weekend? Just different questions like that. And I know they have to write 5 sentences, something quick. Later on, we'll bump it to 6 sentences, 7 sentences, 8 sentences as the school year goes on. But writing is super important, especially for our students to be able to articulate their words, not only in their brains, but also on paper, because they need to. And who knows, you may have a student be an author or a New York Times bestseller, I like to tell them. You never know what you're gonna be needing your writing skills for, but they are very important to have good grammar, punctualization, capital letters. We're in big 3rd grade. I love to tell that to them. We're big 3rd grade, so we need to use correct sentence structure. Alrighty guys, and that just wraps up the video. So that was the 5 things that I'm changing now that I am a lead teacher and at my 3rd year in 3rd grade. So I hope you guys enjoy. Comment down below what is something that you're changing this year in your classroom. I do believe as teachers we should constantly be changing our practices and make sure we're doing what's best for students as we learn and grow in our craft. And yeah, continue to get better as teachers. Sorry that my voice is raspy. I just realized I am super tired. It is like, I don't have my watch on. What time is it? Like 2 o'clock in the morning, but I'm determined to get this content out for you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe down below and click the like button. Peace.